WEKAPO sent me 2 of their biggest beach canopies so you and I can set them up and test them out. How big are they? Well, the 9-foot by 10-foot beach canopy is big enough to provide shade for yourself and 3 of your beach buddies on beach chairs. But if you need to provide shade for 5 or 6 people on beach chairs, the 11-foot by 11-footer would be the way to go. You'll also get 7 more inches of headroom under the biggest WEKAPO. To give you some scale here, I'm 6'5" and the poles are 7'8". Both of these sun shelters have everything you need to set them up at the beach or the backyard. Now, the setup instructions are different from all the other beach canopies I've ever set up. You first want to secure the tops of the poles to the square corners with these bungee ball cords before you fill up the anchor bags. Usually, you would fill up the anchor bags first and then deal with the poles. The bungee ball cords popped off when I raised up the 11-footer, so I secured each pole to 1 layer of fabric, which did the trick. Next, you want to load up the 4 anchor bags with a lot of sand and then stretch them out, forming a giant X shape on the beach. Now, I gotta say, I love the WEKAPO anchor bags because they're bigger than all the other beach canopies I've used in the past. I mean, they were able to anchor down the biggest WEKAPO when the winds were cranking, and I didn't even need to bury them in the sand. The poles, by the way, aren't adjustable, but they sure are rugged. Oh, and by the way, you'll have an easier time setting up the canopy if you raise up the first 2 poles on the side facing the incoming wind. Getting back to the anchor bags, I had one issue when I filled up one of them with this wet clay-like sand and then stretched it out. As you can see, my finger punctured right through the spandex. Now, I've experienced this with other beach canopies, so just be mindful when you stretch out the anchor bags when they're filled up with damp sand. Now, I set up the 9 by 10-foot WEKAPO in the backyard using the metal stakes, which worked out great. But the spandex material absorbed a lot of the moisture when I gave it a mist test, bogging it down. So this beach shelter wouldn't be my first choice if there's a chance of rain in the forecast. Both of these WEKAPO beach tents can be set up with just 2 poles, but despite the number of poles you use, you're gonna need some space to set them up. The 9 by 10-footer will take up about 21 feet by 22 feet, and the biggest WEKAPO will take up about 31 feet by 31 feet. The 9 by 10-footer WEKAPO carrying bag weighs about 13 pounds, and the large carrying bag weighs about 15 pounds, which is light and compact considering the amount of shade you get. I'll have affiliate links down in the description so you can check out the prices. Make sure you check out my other beach shade videos, and I hope you take it easy at the beach.